Welcome to EnglightenPro, where you speak English like a native, faster than ever.
All right, my beautiful learners, hello and a super warm welcome back to EnlightenPro, your go-to spot for making your English sound not just good, but like you use it every single day, naturally. It's your friend Emily here, and today we are going to seriously level up your English. We're going to take those kind of, well, let's be honest, a little bit boring words like very, and we're going to swap them out for some much more exciting, the kind of words native speakers actually use all the time. This is going to be a nice, quick episode packed with fun stuff and oh so useful. So make sure you stick around right until the very end, okay? Oh, man. All right, let's dive straight in. Number one, instead of saying very tired, you can say exhausted. Now, let's break down exhausted with some simpler examples first. Imagine you've just had a really long day and finally get to go to bed. You might say, I sleep. I am exhausted. See how simple that is? Or think about a sports game. If the game went on for a really long time and the players ran a lot, you could say, the game was long, they were exhausted. Just a really simple way to show that they were very, very tired. Listen to this example. After pulling that all-nighter, studying all night, I was completely exhausted. I could barely even keep my eyes open. You know that feeling, right? Here's a little insight. Use exhausted when you really want to show that you are extremely tired, like you have absolutely no energy left. It just sounds so much more natural and really gets that feeling across better than just saying very tired, doesn't it? Moving on to number two, instead of saying very hungry, try saying starving. Let's look at some easy ways to use starving. If you haven't eaten all day, you might just say, no food, I am starving. Simple, right? Or if you and your friends are really ready to eat, you could say, let's eat, we are starving. For example, I totally skipped lunch today, and by the time 5 p.m. rolled around, I was absolutely starving. I could eat a whole pizza. A little something to keep in mind. You can totally use starving in your casual chats with friends when you're super, super hungry, like your stomach is rumbling, making noise because you're hungry. But just remember, maybe don't use it in a really serious situation, okay? You're probably not actually dying of hunger. All right, number three, instead of saying very scared, let's use terrified. Here are a couple of easy examples for terrified. If you're in a dark room and suddenly hear a noise, you might say, dark room, she was terrified. Or if a really loud sound surprises someone, you could say, loud noise, he felt terrified. Listen to this. She was completely terrified when she heard those really strange noises downstairs in the middle of the night. She jumped right under the covers. Little point to remember, terrified really shows a very intense feeling of fear, like a strong shock of fright. So use it in situations where someone is deeply, truly afraid, not just a little bit nervous, okay? Number four, instead of saying very clean, try saying spotless. Let's start with some easy uses of spotless. If you get a brand new car, you might say, new car. It is spotless. Or if someone has just finished cleaning a window really well, you could say, he cleaned the window. It's spotless now. I guess my mom really wants the house to be absolutely spotless before our important guests arrive. Not a speck of dust allowed. Just so you know, use spotless when something is perfectly, absolutely clean. like you could eat off the floor, not even a tiny little bit dirty. Moving on to number 5, instead of very big, you can say huge. Here are some simple ways to use huge. If you see a really large house, you might say, big house, it is huge. Or if someone brings out a massive cake, you could exclaim, look at that cake. It's huge. Listen to this. Wow, that dog is absolutely huge. It's almost as tall as me. I think it's bigger than my little brother. So something to note here, huge is just perfect for describing size in a casual, everyday kind of way. When something is really, really large, you'll hear native speakers use huge all the time. Number 6. Instead of saying very happy, let's try thrilled. Let's look at some easier examples of thrilled. If you win a competition, you might say, I won. I am thrilled. Or if someone receives a wonderful gift, you could say, she got a gift. She was thrilled. For example, I was absolutely thrilled when I finally got that acceptance letter for my dream university. I was jumping for joy. What to keep in mind? Use thrilled to really show genuine excitement and joy. It's definitely got more oomph and feels more heartfelt than just saying very happy. And finally, number 7. Instead of saying very cold, you can say freezing. Here are a couple of simple ways to use freezing. If there's no sun and the air is very cold, you might say, no sun, it is freezing. Or as a warning, you could say, wear a coat, it's freezing outside. Like this. It's absolutely freezing outside today. The temperature must be below 0, so don't even think about forgetting your warmest jacket and gloves. Just a little reminder, you'll hear freezing a lot during the winter months. It really means it's extremely, extremely cold, like you might get a frostbite. All right, let's do a super quick recap just to make sure it all sticks. Today, we learned 7 really cool ways to stop saying very all the time. Very tired, exhausted, very hungry, starving, very scared, terrified, very clean, spotless, very big, huge, very happy, thrilled, very cold, freezing. Now, here's a little challenge for you. Try using just even one of these new phrases today in your real life English conversations. Remember, practice really does make perfect. And hey, just a little extra tip for you amazing learners. If you happen to come across any word during this episode, or any of our episodes for that matter, that feels a little bit tricky or new, please don't hesitate to hit that pause button, take a moment to jot it down in your notebook or on your phone, and maybe look up its meaning. That way, the next time you hear it, whether it's in one of our upcoming lessons or anywhere else in the English-speaking world, it'll sound much more familiar and easier to understand. Building your vocabulary step by step is super important. And this little habit can really make a big difference over time. And that brings us to the end of today's episode, my wonderful learners. If you found this lesson helpful and you enjoyed learning these new words with me, please don't forget to give us a like, leave a comment letting me know which one you're going to try, and definitely subscribe to EnlightenPro so you don't miss out on any future lessons. And if you know someone else who's on their English learning journey too, please share this episode with them. It really, truly helps our channel grow so we can keep bringing you more awesome lessons. Until our next chat, keep speaking with confidence, keep practicing, and keep shining. This is your friend Emily signing off for now. Bye for now.